What is up, UFC fans, and welcome back to another episode of MMA Odyssey. Today was a very busy day for the fight world. First, let's get started with the Warner Bros. Executive acknowledging the hesitancy to proceed with the Power Slap League, despite Dana White's scandal with his wife. Now, I'm sure you all know about this, but when Dana and his wife were on a vacation, and he got slapped by his wife and then he slapped her back, causing a public outrage on an already controversial Dana White. Now, this also caused TBS to postpone the debut of the Slap League, which has since been re-added back. But many people were still contemplating if the show is still going to be on Warner Bros. Well, in an interview with Dateline, one Warner Bros. Executive, Kathleen Finch, was asked if they were hesitant to move forward with Dana White's Slap League, and then she replied with, "Of course, yes. This is an experiment. The goal is we are making shows for our fans. That's who we work for. Fans of wrestling have a lot of overlap with the fans of this, and it's huge on social media. So the idea really is, if we can take something that huge on social media, we can bring it to a linear audience, giving the fans what they want." But we all know now, just because the show is popular on social media doesn't mean that the Slap League will be successful on the network, with many people criticizing its lack of skill, especially since the first episode was kind of a flop when you look at the demographics and the statistics, and many other UFC fans aren't happy that UFC promotes the Slap League on the same page that they use to promote UFC content. So I'm not sure how successful Slap League will be, considering its already rocky start. But next up, we have Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira's beef. Now, after Hill dominated Pereira's teammate Glover Teixeira at UFC 283 to capture gold, many fans have claimed the only right outcome is for Alex Pereira to avenge his teammate and longtime friend and training partner Glover Teixeira. And after all, Glover did retire, saying it was to specifically help focus more on Pereira's career. And since then, Alex Pereira has already called out Hill on Instagram, in which he said, "I heard Prochazka is injured, what about knocking me out?" And during an interview on the MMA Hour, Hill was told about the call out because he didn't even know at this point, and he responded by saying this. Now, what we know from Pereira so far is that if Adesanya doesn't rematch him, then he will fight former champion and contender Robert Whittaker to defend his belt at middleweight. And if he wins these fights, then after that a potential fight with Hill for Pereira to become double champ is very possible, and this would be a very high pay-per-view sold fight, with all of Glover's fans wanting Pereira to get revenge for him. And Hill has a decent fan base himself, as he has a likable personality. But moving on, now we have some pretty crazy news about Conor McGregor. The former double champion is under investigation for attacking a woman on a yacht, in which he supposedly kicked her, punched her, and forced her to jump off, where she was then rescued by patrol boats. I think the woman is also Conor's neighbor, so yeah, this is pretty strange, a wild case for sure. And Conor's reputation is already really bad, considering all of his illegal trouble, and that fight at the pub where he supposedly beat up an elder-age man. But from what I've read about the new investigation with Conor, a bunch of it seems like a money grab and it doesn't seem true. What could cause Conor to react this way to randomly attack her like that? Keep in mind, this woman was on Conor's yacht during his birthday in Ibiza, so why would he randomly attack her like that? And when she was picked up by the patrol boats, people already noticed that she had no bruises or red marks on her at all. She looked as if no one had attacked her, and we all know if Conor McGregor, a double UFC champion, it doesn't even have to be said that he's a champion, a UFC fighter, if he punches or kicks you, then that would certainly have to leave a mark, right? Well, we don't know yet, but she did file a report to the Irish police, who then basically closed the case because there wasn't much to follow up on. And supposedly she was being really quiet and wasn't saying much to the police. So while I'm not completely downplaying her, I don't buy this. I don't think this woman is actually telling the truth, and it's just likely another money grab. And then one more thing was also noted about Conor McGregor today. Apparently he's been offered a coaching role at the new Ultimate Fighter episode. I don't know about you guys, but I would actually be really excited about this, just to see Conor back. Even if he's not fighting, it would be entertaining just to have him back. I love the season where him and Uriah Faber were always going at each other. So if he does follow up on this, and actually decide to premiere in the show, that would be pretty cool. But next up, we have Francis Ngannou and the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has been stirring up and reigniting his infamous beef with Francis Ngannou on social media lately. Here, he called him a chicken, and he's basically implying that he's scared, and we all know this is far from the case. Francis Ngannou replied to the tweet, and he's made it clear that he does intend on having a boxing match with Tyson. And they've had a feud for quite a while, but it's recently been reignited since Francis is free to have a boxing match whenever he wants.
Is this your next fight?
I'm the boxing heavyweight champion, UFC heavyweight champion. He's in great shape. Look at the muscles on him.
And we're going to find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Good man, Francis.
Yeah.
We apologize for the language.
At the moment, so
I get a couple months, then I'll be right back on my feet.
We'll speak. He's a good looking Javi, isn't he?
Now Francis wants to do an MMA fight with Tyson Fury but with boxing gloves. Now on the other hand, Tyson wants to do a boxing regulation fight but in MMA gloves. Either way, this would certainly be a highly anticipated fight between two giants that would surely get Francis the big payday that he's been looking for his whole career. And I actually really hope this happens for him because he deserves it. But that is it for this video, guys. Comment down below who you have winning in a boxing match between Francis and Tyson. And as always, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a great day.
Is he fucking awesome?